Story Corner, presented by Jennifer. Bella Sarah, Book 1, Bella's Gift. Chapter 5. Thank you, friend, Jillian said, taking a fresh bunch of sorrel from a bumpkin. Jillian chopped the herbs and sprinkled them over Irene and Malfoy's dinners. They were having Irene's favorite dish, turtle soup. Little did Ivina know that Jillian's recipe lacked one crucial ingredient: turtle. Jillian had secretly changed the recipe long ago so that no creatures would be harmed. Instead of turtle, the soup was filled with big chunks of meaty mushrooms. And tonight's soup would contain something extra special: the herbs from the herbarium. The Pipsqueak Longtails, who were in charge of the dining room, were scurrying through the kitchen, ready to set the table and prepare for service. Ivina and Malfoy would be there in minutes. Jillian's heart pounded. An anxious knot formed in her chest. What if the herbs didn't work? If the plan went wrong, she and the others would be in great danger. Jillian didn't even want to think about what Ivina might do to them all if she even suspected what Jillian was up to. She told herself to stop fretting. It would do no good. There's no other way, she reminded herself. From the hallway, she heard the click of Irene's staff tapping on the stone floor. This is it, she thought. For better or worse, there was no going back now. If there's one thing that stupid girl does know how to do, it's make turtle soup, Ivina remarked, reaching for her spoon. Across the table, Malfoy salivated at the smell wafting from his bowl. I hope you like it, Jillian said. I made extra so that you could each have 2 servings. She forced a smile and curtsied before leaving the room. After Ivina and Malfoy finished their second helpings of soup, Jillian returned to clear the dishes. Entering the dining room, she was greeted with the sounds of snoring. Ivina's snoring was a shrill whistle. Malfoy's was a deep rumble. The herbs had worked. Jillian had to act fast. She didn't know how long Ivina and Malfoy would be asleep. If they woke up while she was gone, they would realize something was wrong and sound the alarm. Her hands shaking, Jillian quietly approached Malfoy. His massive frame shook with each grumbling snore. Jillian hesitated. Even asleep, the great black wolf was terrifying. Don't be a baby, she whispered to herself. You brought the magical creatures here. It's up to you to free them. Jillian grasped the chain around Malfoy's neck and lifted it up carefully. It caught momentarily in his thick black fur, but she pulled it free, sliding it over his big pointed ears. She raced through the castle to the secret wing where the otter was being held prisoner. Reaching the wooden door, she quickly turned the key in the lock and pushed it open. I'm back, Jillian cried, gasping for breath. The otter turned calmly as if expecting her. I don't know how long I have, or even what I'm supposed to do, Jillian said. I just knew I had to get back here. Approaching Jillian, the otter bent her elegant neck and gestured to the stone around her neck. The Starstone. The Starstone? Jillian echoed. The stone glowed brightly, and she reached out to touch it. Take it. You or your messenger will need it. Gently, Jillian lifted the necklace from the otter's delicate neck and placed it on her own. Immediately, her senses tingled and her mind sharpened. Staring into the otter's eyes, she felt the connection between them. The stone really did allow the wearer to see what the others were thinking. The otter nodded intently. Get to Bella at Trail's End and ask for her help. She will know what to do. Be brave, little one. Many depend on you, and you are stronger than you think. No sooner had the otter's message filled Jillian's mind than a sharp pain scared her. Wolves. The pack was stirring. Had someone risen the alarm? With the Starstone in her possession, Jillian could feel the wolves' energy, like a dark, dangerous storm cloud coming towards her. Before Jillian could act, Connell burst into the room. Connell, Jillian cried, how did you know where to find me? Connell ignored her question. His eyes were hard and bright as he scanned the room anxiously. His whole body seemed tense and alert. What is it? She demanded. What's wrong? His thoughts came pouring directly into her mind. It was the first time he had ever communicated directly with her. But there was no time to marvel. Some wolf guards found Malfoy asleep and were unable to rouse him. They don't know what is happening, but they're in a frenzy. You have put yourself and the others in great danger. It was the only way, Jillian cried. I have to free the otters and the magical creatures. You know Ivina is holding them here against their will. Even worse than that, I think she's trying to steal their magic for her own evil purposes. She must be stopped. Please, Connell. You know what I'm saying is true. Do what's right. The howls of the wolf pack grew nearer. Jillian looked deep into her friend's eyes. We have no time. We must get to the horse Bella at Trail's End. She is the leader of the great herd. She will know what to do. You must do it, Connell. You're a wolf. You can slip away without being noticed. I'll never make it out of here. Connell's response came at once, his fear and anger raging. You ask too much. Trail's End is the heart of the enemy empire. No wolf could possibly enter such a place. Connell, your heart is good, Jillian cried. You're not like the others. If you won't listen to me, listen to your heart. Suddenly, a screech echoed through the hallway. Get the girl! It was Ivina. The herbs had worn off. She and Malfoy had woken up. Jillian gazed at Connell, her eyes begging. Please, Fuzzyfoot, please. There's no other way. Connell stared back at Jillian. Years ago, she had befriended him, the unwanted runt of the litter. Now he was a large wolf, second only to Malfoy. She was still a little wisp of a girl, thin as a wood spread, but braver and truer than any wolf he knew. Connell bared his teeth. Give me the Starstone. Jillian slipped the stone around Connell's neck. Thank you, she whispered. Moments later, the wolf pack burst through the door. Malfoy led the way. Snarling and growling, the wolves began to circle Jillian. In the chaos, Connell slipped away. Hidden in the dark nook of the hallway, Connell glanced back at his friend. His heart burned with anger as he saw her small frame disappear behind Malfoy's hulking shadow. The Starstone glowed softly. Wearing it, Connell could see clearly into the depths of Malfoy's evil soul. Fearing Malfoy's wrath, Connell had tried all his life to fit in with the pack. He got no pleasure from the mindless hunting, but had worked hard to become a fearless predator. Over time, his skill and strength had grown until no one but Malfoy could best him. He was Malfoy's son, and it was increasingly accepted that one day he would lead the pack. But now, seeing into Malfoy's black soul, Connell knew that day would never come. He needed to be true to himself. More than anything, Connell wished he could go back and save Jillian. But he knew he must do what she had asked of him, no matter what. It was up to him to go to Trail's End and find the Great Horse Bella. Not knowing what danger he might face, Connell raced into the night.